Here we need to focus on the entire body and mind as well, the brain as well, and realize that it's not just the muscles and the bones and the skin that we are helping to take care of and grow, but also the senses, the sense organs for sight and hearing and smell and taste and touch. All of these also need to be developed. So, just like for the physical growth of the bones and muscles and the body as such, we feed a variety of foodstuffs to the child, and we are very careful whether we are including all the proteins and carbohydrates and the fats and the vitamins and the other minerals and micronutrients. Just like that, we also need to be careful about stimulating all the other senses and helping them grow. And taking an example of food. So, here my cousin used to tell me that her son, who was 2 or 3 years old, from that time she would take the son shopping with her when she went and to the vegetable shop, and then she would be standing and pointing out, give me that orange carrot, and she would tell the child, see how orange that carrot is and how purple is that baigan, and feel this, and this lauki, let's buy this nice light green lauki. And they would come home with that lauki, and she would talk as she's cooking or cutting the vegetables, and as the child grew older, then help me wash it. Do you feel it? Can you feel how it is? And this is how it, oh, can you smell this? Can you smell that? Now I'm putting this. See, the smell changed suddenly. And by the time that lauki was ready to be eaten, the child was so eager to eat it. He would eat it, and then also it's going on. Can you feel the taste, the texture? And this carrot, see, it's not cooked, no, it's raw. How does it go? Crunch. And how does this lauki go? It's so soft inside. So that whole experience was so holistic, so nice, and such a learning experience. So as parents, we can realize that learning is happening all the time. Development is happening all the time. Growth is happening all the time. There is no particular time that the clock stops and says, okay, from now onwards I will grow, from now onwards I will learn. It's a continuous, seamless process, and we can help in that. Something that worries me when I see parents putting food in the child's mouth. It is so wrong to do that, because the child is born with its instincts to suckle and feed itself and stop suckling when the tummy is full. Nobody teaches it that. When it's hungry, it cries and gets the milk. But when the child is being weaned from 6 months onwards, invariably I find somebody or the other putting the food in the child's mouth. The child has the entire capacity to pick up things and put in its mouth. It's putting that chappal in its mouth. Why would it not put the food in its mouth? So don't take away this very basic instinct to feed oneself, to take care of one's own needs. It's a very basic instinct. And yes, the child will spill, the child will, half the food will be on the floor, doesn't matter. Skin can be washed, the utensils and tables can be cleaned, the floor can be cleaned, but habits once formed are very difficult to break.